Good evening, gentlemen. Hope everyone's well. This is Steady Eddie here. It's just after 1 o'clock in the morning, so I better keep my voice down. I'm in a hotel in Pattaya, a rather good hotel, which I will do a review of, and it will be a good review. But for now, I think this is just to keep in touch with people because I haven't uploaded anything for a few days, so I need to keep in touch. Brian Street, nice to hear from you, mate. How's it going? I hope all's well. The rookie cameraman, Baron Badger, what's going on here? Daniel Bell, just come back from 3 weeks in Pattaya and Angeles. Okay, fine. I hope you had your fun, mate. Neil Fleet, nice to hear from you, mate. Simon Bridges, the rookie cameraman, you feeling good, mate? I'm feeling okay. I've been very, very iffy in recent times, but right now, at this moment in time, no, I've got my appetite back and I'm eating and drinking and, feeling okay. Bryn Roberts, hey up, Eddie. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you. Paul Oldcake, Mr. C, Daniel Bell, Paul Philippines, the rookie cameraman. Eddie, do you not fancy your favourite Ko Chang this time around? I do like Ko Chang a lot, but it's not exactly close to Pattaya. It's not as close as you might think. It still involves a bit of a journey. And I would like to see it again, but I'm going to another island, a very, very nearby island called Koh Lan, very, very soon, just to break things up. Well, I haven't been there before, so, what's an island anyway? Richard O, hi Ed, where you been? Yeah, I've been absent for a few days. I mean, my last 3 weeks in Pattaya, my travels in Pattaya, the first week was lost really because of an illness. And now we're halfway through the second week, so I've got about another 1.5 weeks to go. And I've finally got myself back together again. I've got quite a heavy week coming up. Well, sorry, a heavy weekend coming up. I've got quite a bit planned with various people, so I thought I'd just stay in touch with everybody right now. Gary Smith, my friend in Phnom Penh, how's it going, mate? How's it going? I hope all's well. I do believe in fairies. Well, I believe in Santa Claus, but he never brings me anything. Hey up. Paul Tay, super slick sounds like it. Okay, cheers. Ian UK. Good evening, Ed. Hope you're well. You're looking healthy, Ed. Thanks, Ian. We met up in Phnom Penh, Ian and his brother, so it's great to hear from you again. It's great to hear. There's discontentment all over the place. People on various websites in Phnom Penh, people are discontented from everything from, lady drinks to bar fines. And it's the same old story all over. Quite a lot of people in Southeast Asia seem very, very discontented right now, but at least put A in UK at a good time. Martin McCormick, nice to hear from you. El Terrifico, nice to hear. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. I hope all's well. I really, really hope all's well. Tilly Hertz, Gorilla in Manila. Wayne Davidson, how you doing, Wayne? I hope all's well, mate. Nice to have you. Wayne, lives and works in Scotland, and he works very, very hard. So great to hear from you, Wayne. I hope all's well. I hope all's well. Let's see, Richard O. What's the news? What's the scandal? No, everything's cool, man. Everything's cool right now. The only scandal I can think of, the up and coming one, is that I was just on a BART bus coming back from Walking Street, and I heard there's a rumor that they're going to stop people standing up on BART buses, which will mean a loss of revenue for the driver. So does that mean that the fares will finally go up? Nothing stays the same. Let's see. Okay, Brian Ashman, over in a few weeks. Gonna miss you. Okay, well. Gary Smith, Brian West Ham lad. Okay, Toby Price, Nice to hear from you. Wayne Davidson. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for that super chat. Have a sanction on me. That's exactly what I'm having right now. Do you know, there's all kinds of regulations coming in, like the one that I just mentioned about the bar bus. So I'm not sure that I'm actually supposed to hold up a bottle of this, you know, to the screen, but that's exactly what I'm having right now. Nice little dash of cola. And it's going down well. Thank you for that super chat, Wayne. And I hope everything's well. And say hello to your mum as well for me, because it's always really, really nice when she gets in touch with me as well. That's terrific. Thanks for that, mate. Cheers. Super Stephen. Hello, Eddie. Welcome to Colon. I haven't got there yet. No, the way I see it, I'm glad I'm going to go to Colon for a few days, simply because Pattaya it's always the same story. It's always the same story. My main two visits of my travel to Pattaya come at the start and at the end. And at the start, it's the excitement. You know, I can't wait to get out there. But when I head to Pattaya at the end of my travels, after I've spent months doing other things, it's not the same. It's the same old. And I'm winding down now. I've got that big long flight back to England coming up quite soon. So you know, I want to go out with you know, on a high note. But I think I made a good decision. Rather than spending this 3 weeks in Pattaya, I made a good decision. You know, booking Colon. I booked my hotel there for 3 nights. I'm not there yet, but even if Colon is really, really quiet, so what? I'll bring in your reports from there. I like islands. So looking forward to that. And I think that will actually be my 10th Thai island that I've actually stayed on. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, bring it on. I also like the idea that it's not very far away from Pattaya. Daniel Bell, what did you think of the Pattaya ladies, Ed? Went to a few go-go's and most on LK Metal. Lots of single mums and dodges, unfortunately. Someone's to find a few times. Well, to be honest with you, mate, Daniel, I know where you're coming from. I actually know where you're coming. I went tonight into one of my favourite go-go bars. I took a sneaky peeky look in there, and I remember the women used to be amazing in there. I mean, real tasty, solid Amazonian bodies, you know, if that's the right phrase and all that. You're referring to a single, yeah, it looked like that, yeah. It looks something like that, yeah, you know. It really did, you know, not in the same league. You know, the quality of the women has gone down. There's no doubt about that. Humongous. Sad about John Motton, voice of a generation. Not quite sure who that is. I probably do know, but his name, escapes me. Philip Mulville, you look like you're reviewing the situation. Yeah, I am actually reviewing the situation big time. I mean, when I get back to England, I've got to think about what I'm going to do with my future, whether I'm going to go or whether I'm going to stay. I can think of, reasons why the UK, I should leave the UK permanently and head out to this part of the world. But I haven't actually found one solid place where I would want to live and retire for the rest of my life. I don't think I've actually found one place just yet. So reviewing the situation, I am. I'll tell you, I may as well tell you what I really, really, really would like to do when I get back to England. I really want to get my other channel, Steady Eddie Live, up and running. It's only about 2,000 subscribers now. But I really want to be doing regular weekday live streams because there's so much. So the thing is, travel is only one subject, but there's lots of stuff going on back in the UK and other parts of the world which we need to talk about. So I'll be looking forward to getting the Steady Eddie Live channel up and running again. But yeah, you're right, mate. I'm reviewing the situation. Coco Road, nice to hear from you. Paul Hoskin, Ed, have you had a Slurpee soapy massa? Do you know something? The only soapies I've ever had are in Bangkok. I've never had a soapy here, much as I'd like to. But it's somehow doesn't seem to matter really. There's enough going on here in Pattaya. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Anyway, big fella, thanks. Simon Bridges. Simon Bridges, you looking forward to the return to the UK? Well, you know, if I could snap my fingers and be there, I probably would be there. Yeah, you know, if I could do that, because when that long flight, when I see that approaching, it's kind of like a premenstrual tension. You know what I mean? I just want to get the nasty ordeal over with. And the thing is, I've done all that I need. Uh, I've done all that I need to do out here. I've had me fun. I've had me traveling, and now I'm just winding down. And really, it's like when you see the nasty ordeal approaching, you just want to get the nasty ordeal over and done with. So when you say I'm looking forward to return to the UK, maybe because there's things that I want to do. There's things I can think of doing. But I've had me fun out here. Dennis Costa, where do you recommend to stay in Phnom Penh and Bangkok? Well, if you're in Phnom Penh, then stay the Riverside area because that's where most of the bars are and that's where everything seems to be going on. I mean, that's the only real place that's worth staying, really. And as for Bangkok, Soi Pho, Sukhumvit area, that's where everything's happening there. Sean Griffiths, nice to hear from you, mate. Expat Pete, I believe I met you in Malaysia, didn't I? Hi Eddie, how's your health currently? It's okay. It's okay. I feel okay right now. You know, no problems. I'm eating and drinking and walking around, and I've lost a few pounds, not mega amounts. I mean, it's something really bloody strange. You know, you look like you've lost weight. You think you've lost weight, and then you stand on the scales and you've only lost a couple of pounds, really. But I'm feeling okay. Thanks for asking. Oh, Bay, still 10 baht. Yes, yeah, 10 baht for the bar buses. Till it hurts. They've been saying that regarding standard on bar buses for the last few years. Yeah. Well, things change, mate. Things change. Neil Stanton, hello Eddie. I've been back in the UK from Pattaya for 1 week. Just booted up for April. That water thing, the water for Songkran here somewhere. Eva Air 716. Seen you in A7 bar last month. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, nice to hear from you anyway, Neil. Gary Smith, any girls selling cookies named Megan or Megan and trying to sell a book? Very much doubt that, but it is cool. John Mitt, I was wondering where you was. I've not heard from you in a little while. All right, thanks, John. Nice to hear from you, mate. Well, I've been in Pattaya, and I haven't been. Like I say, I lost a bit of time last week, and this week I've had a bit of a lethargic week. I mean, what can you do in Pattaya, really? You really need to think hard if you just arrive here. I mean, I can go and film Walking Street and post a video. This is what Walking Street looks like. It's riddled with problems there. For one thing, you've seen it all before, and also YouTube don't like Walking Street videos, and so what can you do here? But I will be. I thought I'd do this live stream just to keep in touch. Shooting from the sky. Thank you for that super chat, mate. What do you think of Phuket bar girls? AR. Shooting from the sky. What do you think of Phuket bar girls? Phuket. There's some lovely babes in Phuket. I mean, the girls will go where the money is. That's what it is. They will go where they can earn more money, and they're motivated by money. What do you think of Phuket bar girls? Well, in some of the bars, there's some usual skanky stuff. But if you go on the go-go bars, I've seen some gorgeous beds there. Absolutely lovely beds there in the go-go bars. Really beautiful. Really tasty stuff. Lovely stuff. Paul Hoskin. It's my ambition to reach the coal line. I'll be bringing a report about that place. I'm booked in for 3 nights there, and someone already told me that's 2 nights too long, and there's nothing to do with a night time. I've got an idea that Koh Larn is probably a good place to go if you want to break from all the nightlife. I mean, even if you're coming out here for a short while and you're living it up every night, you know, if you want to take a couple of nights out to just get away from it all, that's probably a good place. I don't know. I haven't been there yet. So, but I am booked in for a hotel anyway. So we'll see what that brings. Ian UK, Ed, how's the mongering going there? Is little Ed waking up? Yeah. It's going okay. It's going okay. There are some nice beds. There's some nice beds. I'd rather like, you know, as you may know, I like a bit of love in the afternoon. I'm very, very partial to love in the afternoon. And yeah, soy 6 is very, very good for that. It's very, very good. And just it's some nice, but overall, the quality of beds in a lot of overall is not as good as it has been in the past. But yeah, there's still some lovely beds about. But you need to be patient and look for them, basically. What's that? Dark and Donkey. Koh Island is so nice, way better than Pattaya beaches. Okay, the closest island to Pattaya, and I've never been there before. Martin Ryder, nice to hear from you. Brian Ashmore, Koh Island, you need a moped. Well, that's what they say about all the islands, isn't it? That's what. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, Robinson Crusoe didn't have a moped, did he? And he still was the iconic desert island person. And he didn't have a moped, so he got by without one. He didn't even have a fridge for his beer. You know, Barry from East End, Ed, my last night in Pattaya. Hope you're having a great day. Where have I missed you, Barry? How are you? Your last night in Pattaya. Hope you're having a great trip. Okay, nice to hear from you anyway. Nice to hear from you. I hope you've had a really, really great time. Okay. Oh, you had a great time, but I'd like to have met you. I really, really would. But obviously, I've been a bit, things haven't quite panned out the way I planned. Gary Smith. I'm interested in the Phuket ladies you saw, but expensive to say quality eye candy. Okay. Who's this? Alan Hayes. Come on, Eddie. Go to bed or head off out. Enjoy it. Live chat there. Total gash. Not quite sure what that is anyway. Super Stephen. Eddie, last day when you're going back to UK, go and have a big bang. No, I think the last day was, I always say that on the last day, you want to go out on a big high note. Really, really, is crescendo the right word? No, crescendo is not the climax, is it? Crescendo is the build up to the climax. I think I got that right. Going on a big climax. I always say that, but the thing is, but when come the last day or the last weekend, if you haven't done all that you plan to do by then, you never ever will. So I always have a very, very relaxed last couple of days. Simon Ives, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear. 176 people in the chat. Okay, thanks guys for turning up. It's really great to hear from you. It's been a while since I've done one of these hotel streams anyway. So, I've been on the town tonight. I'd pop my head around walking. See, this is Thursday night. Over the next couple of nights, I'm planning to be going out with friends, subscribers to this channel, whose names got to know, but now they've become friends, and which is really, really one of the good things about Pattaya. So I'll be having nights out over the weekend anyway. So I've got quite a heavy weekend coming up. So tonight I just had a little look around Walking Street. I went into a go-go bar, and like it's already been said, the quality of the women is not what it used to be. And I had a look at a couple of live bands, but I've probably got quite a heavy weekend coming up. So Ian UK, Ed, I don't know you. I know you don't do bikes, but you'll need a bike, especially in the evening on Koh Island. Very quiet at night. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. I've got by before. Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur. Hey, it was great meeting you. A7, but okay, nice meeting you anyway, Kenneth. I do recall meeting you. I do believe in fairness. Any European trips planned, Eduardo? I'm flying to Poland Saturday. Leeds, Bradford to Rocklaw, 9. But that sounds good. If I was going to go to Europe again, I wouldn't mind another visit to Romania, because I really, really did like Romania. And funnily enough, since I went there, a couple of people, even in the comments, have commented that they like those videos. I've met a couple of people here who said they like the Romanian videos. If I was to go to Romania again, I would be going from Bucharest to the Transylvania region. I wouldn't bother with the Black Sea coast because I thought that was a bit of a disappointment there. Yeah, it didn't live up to expectations. But the Transylvanian area, really, really good. We'll see what happens anyway. Too early to predict. Daniel Bell, on your travels around Asia this time, Ed, where were the best ladies? I'm away again in May, and I think should change tack and go to Cambodia, Vietnam. Well, I mean, I haven't been to Vietnam in a couple of years. A few years now. Cambodia, it's got some lovely, lovely ladies. If you go around the riverside area of Phnom Penh, some beautiful ladies, but they're getting a bit greedy. They're commanding a high price these days. So they don't think it's bargain basement stuff. Who's this? Ferran Travels. You can't afford to come back to England, Ed. Believe me. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Gary Smith. Much more information than any other Southeast Asian bloggers, mate. Okay, thank you, Gary. Nice to hear from you. I think me and Gary spent Christmas Eve together in Phnom Penh. Where we had a good night. Martin Ryder, -2 tonight. Enjoy it while you can. Oh, it's still shorts and t-shirts weather here. I've had some good meals at the beer garden. The old stalwart beer garden. I've had some really good meals. I was with the friends yesterday, and we had we had a lovely lamb roast with gravy and roast potatoes, beautiful stuff. And today I have my old favourite of the mixed grill, lovely stuff. But yeah, lovely stuff. So the beer garden is still well worth a look. Bilbo Kelso, Ed, if I donate 20 to you, will you go to the Drum and Monkey in North Pattaya? And buy the laser drink? It's on Nuclear Road, not far from the space. So, Bilbo Kelso, Ed, if I donate £20 to you, will you go to the Drum and Monkey in North Pattaya and buy the laser drink? It's on Nuclear Road, not far from the Space Hotel. Probably not, mate, because I don't know where the Drum and Monkey is, and I have no plans to go to that place anyway. But thanks anyway. Okay. Who's that? Davy Pye. Good women in Vietnam, Daniel. Okay. Yeah, we are lovely women in Vietnam. An old favourite of mine. Toby Price. I bailed out of the UK at 34. Now 50 and happy here. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Darren Jones is in Bangkok. Shane Rana, where you been, Ed? Well, I've been in bed most of the bloody time, to be honest with you. Shane Rana, where you been, Ed? Well, I've only been away for a few days from YouTube. I run out of videos because I had a lost week. You said no, actually, I think it was more like a lost 10 days when I had a bit of an illness, so I wasn't really generating any videos or anything like that. But there will be videos coming from Pattaya. There will be things happening, promise you. Nice to hear from you anyway. Gary Smith, I love the UK and just cannot handle what the government is doing to the people. Sickens me. I think the bloody UK's lost the plot, personally. Martin Ryder, I thought you were going to stay with the hippies in Koh Samui. I would have liked to have done that, but I booked in for 3 nights in Bangkok, and it was lost anyway. It was 3 lost nights simply because of the illness. John Mitch, save the money you spend on taxis, spend the money on business class, and you look forward to long-haul flights. Okay, tip of the night. Tip of the night. Anyway, even Airways is bloody good. It's bloody good, but it's still, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just getting a nasty ordeal. I'm no fear of flying or nothing like that. It's just a long, boring flight. That's what I kind of dread. There we go. Keep your nose out. How's it going, Eddie? How's it going, Eddie? Been watching your travels. Is it busy there in Pattaya? Been watching some walkabouts and it looks dead. Is that the case? No, it's definitely not dead. It is definitely not dead. I was on Walking Street tonight. There's loads and loads of activity. I think really, I mean, I put my head down Soy 6, and obviously I've stayed in the Soy Cow area. There's plenty going on, but the thing is, there's not that many tourists, not really that many tourists, but it gives the appearance of being really busy because all the bars are rocking and everything. No, there's plenty going on there. It's coming towards the end of peak season, well, high season, so you got to expect it's going a little bit quiet now. Dickie B, nice to hear from you, mate. Been back in South Wales now, Eddie, for 3 weeks. Return flight to Ho Chi Minh, already booked for next winter. Good for you, mate. Doing 3 weeks in Vietnam and a month in Thailand. You have to come home to go again. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Dickie B, he lives his life. He does some traveling, and that sounds fantastic. Good for you, mate. Andy Moto, hi Eddie, heading out to Thailand in April. Love the videos. Cheers. All right, thanks for that, mate. Alex Padilla, I was in Pattaya in November 22. Quality win was outstanding. Most Thailand mongers want to pay 1983 prices. It is their own demise. Inflation happens. Be a cheapo and end up at an ugly. Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair comment. Mark Fisher, hope you're feeling better today, Ed. Okay, thank you. Shooting from the sky. Will you ever get the pea? Will you ever get the pea shot? I don't like needles. And I've seen Nick Dean's, he done a video. He done a video about this, didn't he? And apparently it wears off in about 6 months' time, doesn't it? No, not for me, mate. Not for me. Definitely, I don't trust that. Peter Flynn was there in October, saw a lot of changes. Okay. Who's that? Go to Pause Bar and Cole on. It's fun. It's fun. I've heard of that one. Okay, well, I'll have a little look at that one. Anyway. Oh, by the way, shooting from the sky. Thank you for that super chat. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Cheers. Who's that? Dan says, so many more drink queens that don't boom since COVID. Encountered like 10 last month. Encountered a total of 1 my previous 5 trips combined. Yeah, I think you're talking about girls who just want drinks, but, don't want to deliver the goods. Keep your nose out. Eddie, is it busy there in Pattaya? Some say yes, some say it's dead. What's your opinion, mate? I think it's somewhere in between. It's definitely not dead. It's definitely not. There's plenty going on. I don't think there's that many tourists. I mean, but a lot of the bars are rocking on Walking Street and other places. It gives the appearance of being busy. But I don't think there's that many tourists about. But then because it's coming to the end of high season now anyway, it's definitely not dead. It's okay. It's okay. It's cool. It's Pattaya, isn't it? It's Pattaya. Peter, nice to hear from you, Peter. Good evening, Eddie. I hope everything is going well. Glad to see you fully recovered. Okay, cheers for that, Peter. Hope all's well, mate. Joe Elliott, how's it going? Anti-Moto, have you been to Krabi Head? Thoughts? I've been to. Well, I stayed in Krabi about 6 years ago. I stayed in Al Nang, and I thought it was nice, but it wasn't really. It didn't really do it for me, to be honest with you. David Coleman, hi, I'm glad you're feeling better. Love in the afternoon, the best for us old guys. Yeah, I like a bit of love in the afternoon. I do like a bit of love in the afternoon. Love, because once you've had a bit of love in the afternoon, you can then dust yourself off. And then, go out and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? I do like a bit of love in the afternoon. Gordo, are you looking forward to going home? I think it's more a case of if you just want to get the nasty ordeal over and done with. Donald Trump, nice to hear from you. Peter Flynn, tried a new nightclub opposite LK Metro. Nightclubs are not for me because I can't dance. John Mitch, find a girl on Thai friendly and take her to an island for a couple of days. Someone mentioned this to me the other night in a bar. They said, you do know that there's no women on Koh Lan. Yeah, I've got an idea. I'm not going there for that. So you best take a girl with you. It says I can get a bloody girl here in Pattaya anytime I want. Islands to me are adventure. When I go to an island, I want to feel like Robinson Crusoe. I don't want to go to an island so I can hold hands with with a bed and all that. I want a bit of adventure. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Gary Smith, biggest attraction on Cowboy in Bangkok back in the day was the top class stunners. We're back at it. All the Koreans took the seats. Glass dance floor was a thrill for them. Okay. The walking dude. Good evening, Ed. Have you been in mourning for Raquel Welch? Well, she had a good innings. I mean, she lived until her 80s. She was a good-looking woman, and she was an icon, wasn't she? She wasn't to everyone's taste. I mean, there were other women, but God bless Raquel. And let's raise a glass to Raquel. Let's say, she never ever got a clobber off, did she? I think Hugh Hefner was really disgruntled because in the 60s, didn't he arrange for us who were paid in Playboy, and they'd done a Playboy shoot. And when he's seen the photos, he regarded them as rubbish. She wouldn't get womanly bits out. She wouldn't do that, So, but God bless Raquel. God bless Raquel. She was an icon anyway. I wouldn't say no to Raquel. I wouldn't say no. She was. Her parents were from Bolivia, weren't they? Okay, Davey Bat, young girls, Daniel, in Saigon, pay for massage and more. Or just run your game and meet girls that want to go out for a coffee. Oh, okay. Dickie B, flights next Christmas, 1,200 quid each. Oh my God, that's expensive. John Mitch, Robinson Crusoe did not exist. That's why he didn't. I think you mean didn't need a moped. Yeah, okay, that sounds logical to me. Ian Bowden, he just popped into the chat for a minute. Are you back to full health now? Probably never again. No, I'm okay. Nice to hear from you, Ian. Ian and his charming missus, Barbara, were out in Thailand recently, and they had a good time. So nice to hear from you anyway. I hope all's well, Ian. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to Richard Palawak. I'm not quite sure what one that is, but thank you for that super chat, Richard. Very, very kind. I have a few beers on, mate. Okay, cheers, mate. Thanks for that, Richard. I really appreciate that anyway. Most welcome anyway. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. And another super chat that up here that are kind of, Yeah, Nat Admin, I've really enjoyed your trip, Ed. Cheers. Okay, thank you for that super chat as well, mate. That's really kind of you too. Anyway, really enjoyed your trip. Cheers, mate. Anyway, yeah, I've had a bit of a hell of a journey. It wears you out all of this kind of travel now, and that's why I'm not going to go. The last few weeks, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to Kolan, but it's only round the corner, across the. You actually see, yeah. You can actually see, Kolan, and you sit at a beach bar in Pattaya. But yeah, I think I've done all my traveling now anyway. But I'm glad you've enjoyed that, Nat. Glad you enjoyed it, and thanks for that super chat. Let's see what did I miss out here. Neil Stanton, actually, I need a nice hotel for 23 nights. Stayed at the LK Metropole last time, but too much now. Well, in the same road as the LK Metropole, you've got the Eureka Lodge. And I have done a review of that from early last year, and that's a bloody good hotel there. If you want to stay anywhere with a good location, nice hotel, the Eureka Lodge, Soy Diana, definitely well worth a look. So let's see now. Paul Harrison, nice to hear from you. John K. Still not bumped into you in Pattaya. The quality of the girls is terrible. Seems like anywhere, but Walking Street dead by midnight too. Really? Well, I've left midnight. I left Walking Street at midnight. It does. I just pop my head around because I've got quite a busy weekend coming up. Still not bumped into you in Pattaya. Okay, I wouldn't say the quality of the girls is terrible, but they're not what they used to be anyway. David Coleman, your trip to Dracula Castle was a great video. Thanks for that, man. I like stuff like that. I like castles, and I like historical but I love castles, especially castles. So thanks for that anyway, David. Let's see. Who's this? Thomas Wardle. Recently returned from Pattaya. My favorite by far was Heaven Above in Soy Boomer. I don't go down there much, so I can't really comment on that one. Martin Ryder, are you fully retired now? I wouldn't exactly say that. We'll all I'll say is, as Fagan said in Oliver, I'm reviewing the situation. I still like work, and I don't like the idea of doing nothing. I still like a bit of work, to be honest with you. Let's see, David Coleman. I like him a bit older and chubby. I also save money. Go down to the bloody local any social club in England. You'll save yourself a fortune, mate. Jet Hopper, I really like the look of that place you went to. It looked like France and Cambodia. Are you talking about Diamond Island in Phnom Penh? I don't know. It looks like a bit of a goat. It looks like a white elephant, doesn't it? It was this new development, which is obviously aimed at the Chinese, and it looks quite spectacular. But apparently, it's been like that for a few years now. So whether that's really, I mean, to get there's all these places, isn't it? These cities where some developer built them, spent millions and millions and millions developing apartment blocks, and years later they're still empty. I mean, I wonder, is that going to be one of those places? It seems to have stood around for a few years now, and it's far from fully occupied. Peter, is the Bamboo Bar open again? It's near the entrance to Walking Street. Is the Bamboo Bar open again? It's near the entrance. Yeah, it's open. I passed it earlier. Anyway, it's not really one of my favorites, but it's there anyway. Gary Smith, hey, there are some scanty travellers in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. The girls don't want to know them. Okay. Martin Ryder, are you meeting up with Big Fat Bestie? I've met Big Fat Bestie a couple of times this in the last week. We were hoping to do a karaoke together, but I just wasn't up to it. I wasn't up to it. I still recovering a bit of an illness, so I wasn't really the best. But yeah, it was great to meet Bestie anyway. Really great to meet him. Ian Barn, we had a meal at the beer garden before we left town. Very nice food at reasonable prices and 80s pop videos on TV. Great place. Yeah, it's terrific. The beer garden's terrific. I've had a lovely couple of meals. I mean, the what was it? The mixed grill is one of my old favorites, but I also like that lamb roast. That was bloody good. And of course, the view there, you can't fault the view out to sea. Magnificent. Toby Price, have you been to the TQ since you recovered? The Tahitian Queen, yeah, funnily enough, I mean, that is a go-go bar that's actually busy of a daytime. In fact, it's rammed of a daytime. I went there the other day, and what's good about the Tahitian Queen is that, it's still got the old-fashioned 70s vibe. They still play lots of 70s rock music, all the old Deep Purple and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I love the Tahitian Queen. You get a few reasonably priced beers of a data. And the beds, they don't really harass you. If you just go in there for a drink, it's not a problem. John Mitch, I'll be in Colombia by the time you're back in UK. I'll be having lots of rumpy pumpy with horizontal aerobic instructors for about £15 a time. You dirty old man. Okay, good for you, John. Good for you. You enjoy it, mate. Anyway, good. Have a rumpy pumpy time. Anyway, good for you, mate. Okay, David Coleman. A few of the vloggers over there have got sick. What's going on? Well, you know what it is. Lisa Dale turned up and showed them her face, so they all got sick. It's Lisa Dale. She showed her face around time, and everyone got sick. The governor, Jason Wareham, I'll be there in 3 weeks, Ed. Can't wait to get out of the cold UK. Okay, good for you, mate. Anyway, I think we've done that. So I think we've done that one. David, nice to hear from you, David. Steady Eddie Live. Lost 25 pounds already. David's in California. He's planning on coming out to Thailand again very, very soon. And he's lost 25 pounds. I wish I could. I mean, I starve myself. I get sick, and I appear to lose weight all over my body, and then I bloody stand on the scales and found that I'm exactly the same weight as it was last time. I don't know what's going on, but good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Okay, 24 luxury flats. Nice to hear from you. Best dressed man, Tom Waddington. Cats and good coffee. Nice to hear from you, Mister. Richie Dell, will you be back out for Songkran? If not, when will you do the next? It'll be later, much later the year, or whatever. Long time. I won't be coming out here anytime soon. Let's see. The Pete, I hope you aren't expected to put the heat on when you get home, mate. I should imagine I probably will, yeah. In Bam, we found second row from Central Pattaya Road up to Terminal 21. Much quieter than before. Lots closed down. The rest of Pattaya seemed normal. Yeah, that's the way it seems to me. It's the way it seems to me. That's it. There's plenty going on. It's busy here. It's busy. There's probably not that many tourists around, but it still looks busy to me. Gregory Rasputin, I'm glad to see you recovered. Long trip for you. I saw you on my 2-week trip in Bangkok one night, and then one night I ran into you in Soy Buakhao. Okay, all right, fine. Nice to meet you anyway, mate. Who's that? Darren Jones. It's heaving here in Bangkok and Koh Samui last month when I was there. Couldn't even rent a motorbike for the last 10 days. Okay. Tom Waterton, you ever go to Soy New Plaza? Not really, not really. There's quite a few places in Pattaya that I just never go. Tree Town, I never go to Tree Town. I sometimes pass through it, but I don't really bother with that. Lux, nice to hear from you. Chris Club, thank you. Caretaker. Who cares if it's busy or quiet? You'll still have a great time. Okay, thank you for that. Anyway, thank you. Best dressed man. I live by the Thai Friendly app when I'm there. No drinks to buy, no stress. Just Tuesday and have them delivered the afternoon. Yeah, but I don't do anything like that. I just don't trust them. Somebody told me the other day, Thai Friendly, a bird turned up at his hotel room and she looked nothing like the photograph. She just didn't look like the photograph at all. So. Martin Bovey, people being put up by expensive air. Well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And nice to hear from you. Ian Brown, would you visit Montenegro? Coast looks stunning on some pictures. I've never been to Montenegro. I went to Romania for the first time last year, didn't I? Montenegro, yeah, I've heard that looks nice, and Croatian and whatever. I'm sure there's still some countries out that way that I wouldn't mind visiting. Let's see. And can you just take a brass to a nice beach up in a Clue or GMTM? Don't need to take to an island. Okay, fair enough. Brian Ashmore, Oliver Reed had a bed with him. You took him a castaway in that movie, yeah. Let's see, Chris. You love the Coal Life series. Was there any available talent there? You go to islands for other things. You go to islands because you want to go to islands. I mean, if you're motivated by any of the talent, you're probably better come to somewhere like Pattaya or take them on there with you. Legan, hi Eddie, great to catch you live. I have come at your vids that you post. It's been fun traveling with you these past 3 months. Okay, thanks for that. Sad those two beauties here passed within a week, Raquel and Stella Stevens. Well, I'll tell you something. Raquel was a famous actress and a star. With Stella Stevens, I didn't even know she died until you just told me. But she was a good actress. In terms of the acting quality, Stella Stevens would definitely win the acting honors rather than Raquel. But Stella Stevens, I didn't know that she was a fan. Stella Stevens, she was in a few 60s movies, never a star, but she was a fine actress. Who's this? Mike. Pattaya was busy in November, December, but the women's situation has changed. More money and less choice, and less boom boom, but more lady drinks. Well, nothing good stays that way forever, does it? Rudolph Jacobs, nice to hear from you, mate. I think I've fallen miles behind. Okay, Nat Admin. Thanks for that super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Really kind of you. I know you gave a super chat before. Do you think you could live in Thailand when you retire? I could live in Thailand. The thing about Thailand, I've always thought it should be called Easy Land. Everything about this place is easy. It's safe. The people are fine. You know, the Thai people are good people. You know, it's you can get around easy. The weather's fantastic. Not all year round, but you know, generally, um, I could live in Thailand, not a problem. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's still things about England that I like, really. Thanks for that super chat, mate. Anyway. Paul Hoskin, would you like to visit somewhere in America? I'd love to do a trip through America, but I think I've missed a boat with America. I always plan to travel through America one of these days, but I'm hearing nowadays that it's gone ridiculously expensive. I mean, if I was to travel there, you know, for a few months, I've heard that it's you know, I've seen other vloggers who do America, and apparently it's very, very expensive country now. So I think I've missed a boat there, to be honest with you. Who's that? Mister, 70 years baking my own bread. God, I wasted my life. Oh, really? So is that what you've been doing for 70 years, baking your own bread? What was that story? What was that story about the guy who worked in a cup factory making cups? And he made cups for 50 years. And somebody interviewed him and said, don't you ever get tired making cups after 50 years? He said, no, not really, because sometimes I make mugs as well. Okay, so 70 years baking your own bread. Well, as long as you've been baking a few, you know, a few cobs or, you know, crumpets, then that's okay, isn't it? David Coleman. He's been buying gold. Okay, good for you, mate. Martin Ryder, have you booked your Asda delivery yet? Well, that's another thing I've got on to review, because about 2/3 of my Asda delivery, the price is alcohol. So I'm hoping to really hoping to. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but I'm hoping to ease down on the alcohol big time. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be from Asda delivery. I'll be aiming for all kinds of healthy stuff. You know, all kinds of healthy stuff. We'll see what happens anyway. It was S Travels 4K. Hey up, mate. Good to see a live stream again. Hope all is well with everyone. Okay, nice to hear from you, SK. And he has a wonderful channel. As well, where he just walk about videos in all kinds of places, Turkey, Barcelona, all kinds of great places. So check him out. Really good channel there. Okay, Michael Janaeus, good to see you well, Eddie. What was your final view of Phuket compared to Bangkok and Pattaya? Well, Phuket is a nicer place than either of them. I mean, the thing is, Phuket is a big island, and I was just there for a week, and I thought really for a week you couldn't do justice to a big island like that in a week. So I thought I'd just best to stay in the busiest part and just stay there. Phuket was good. It's good. I mean, I'd like to spend maybe a month in Phuket, exploring other parts of the islands, really. But it's good. It's worth a visit. And don't be put off by people who tell you it's ridiculously expensive. It doesn't have to be. It's more expensive than here, Pattaya. It's probably more expensive. Could even be more expensive than Bangkok. But it's well worth a visit. So take a look at it. David R. Leaving in 32 days, Ed. Hand pink waving, hand pink wave. Okay, yeah, well, I'll think about that one. Dark and Donkey. It's good to go home and work a little, because when the vacation on the rise will make you have something to look for. Yeah, that's right. You really need the dullness, the blandness of England in order to appreciate what you've got out here. Really, I mean that's the way it is. Really, because the thing is, I'm out here for 4 months. That's 4 months of eating and drinking and eating and drinking, and yeah, after a while, it wears you down. I just want to go on and catch up on British things, things that are happening in the British media, and Netflix. I haven't watched any Netflix or anything like Amazon or anything like that since being out here. I also want to develop my other channel, Steady Eddie Live, as people will know by now. I like those weekdays, 10 o'clock at night. So we'll see what happens anyway. Best dressed man. Well, bucket list trip is a trip along Mekong Delta on a gunboat and relive my favourite movie. Are you talking about one of those Vietnam War epics? Mekong Delta. I'd say a slow boat through the Mekong in Laos is well worth doing. That's well worth doing if you want to do that one. Gabby Hayes, nice to hear from you. Looks, Ed, would you use Scoot Airways again? Well, they were cheap last time, so why the hell not? Oh, I wouldn't say no. Seamus Doherty. I met Seamus the other day. Nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway, good to hear from you. I'm gonna have another unmentionable. Not supposed to advertise, are we? I'm gonna have another. It's rum. It's actually rum. This. Yo. Okay, so we've been on for nearly an hour now. Anyway, yeah, Seamus, nice to hear from you, Seamus. That was a good little bar we were in the other night. And anyway, who's that? Gary Smith. Never been to the RT Trail area in Phnom Penh here, and wow, amazing events there I never went to. Cycle there, mate. You've got a bicycle there, Gary, so cycle there. Paul Harrison. I love the Tahitian Queen. Great fun. Tahitian Queen was one of the first go-go bars I went to in Pattaya when I first came here many, many years ago. And that's a lovely, lovely bed there. Beautiful, beautiful bed. It seems strange, but I don't actually know what that place is like of an evening time these days. But if you go there of an afternoon, I mean, you're on Beach Road and, the weather's glorious. And you end up going into this sort of rock go-go bar of an afternoon. But it's okay. It's good fun. It's always busy. Every time I've seen it, it's been busy. Best dressed man. Tahitian Queen used to be the only air-conditioned place during the day 15 years ago. Good times in there. I like it. It's because it's one of the few places that plays decent music as well. Let's see, Paul asking, those tuna mayo sandwiches are nice in 7-Eleven. Okay. Martin Ryder, Weatherspoons have raised the price of beer and burger to £8.43. That's bloody dreadful. That's a beer and burger, £8.43. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Robert Wilson, any more island trips, or are you ferried out? I've got one more island. I think Koh Lam will be the 10th island, a Thai island that I've actually stayed on. So that's coming up soon. I'm glad that I want to get away, but I don't know what it's going to be like. We'll see what happens anyway when I get there. But yeah, that's coming up soon anyway. Barry from EastEnders, currently in a go-go bar on Walker Street. Lots of lovely muff on show. Yeah, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. World Traveller. Hey, what do you think is better overall, Pattaya or Phuket? Well, you have to consider what better means, don't you? And if you're a single guy, then I mean Phuket is ideal, and it's not just for single guys. Although a single guy can have a great time in Phuket. Um, yeah, it's difficult to say that one because I know Pattaya a lot better than I know Phuket. Phuket is certainly a nicer place, and it depends what you want, really. I mean, for families, obviously, Phuket's better, but overall, better overall. I mean, well, if you want to be exorbitant and splash the cash, maybe Phuket's better, but Pattaya, is still still more ideal for single blokes. David Coleman, I just follow you retired. Okay, well, good for you, mate. Good for you. Barry from EastEnders, don't you just love that? Yeah, still a great place, still a good place. Martin Ryder, got to lose weight and be parlour ready by October. Good for you, mate. It's tasty, tasty stuff, tasty stuff. Robert Wilson, try that intermittent fasting between rounds. Oh, we've got to do something anyway. We've got to do something. I mean, healthy eating and healthy drinking will be on the menu when I get back to England. Let's see. Ronnie the Rolling Robert, I get ill a lot going to Thailand. Enjoy, is that you think? What do you get ill? Well, I very rarely get ill when I'm in Thailand or any of these countries, but when I do get ill, it really does. You really, really do know about it. Allendale, do you ever go to Scooter's Bar? Not. I've been there, but not really. David, time for my lunch here, the protein shake. Good for you, mate, anyway. John Mitch, with Thai Friendly, you have to interview them on video chat to make sure you are going to get the right goods. Sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good to me. Absolutely. You want to make sure that you know what you're paying for. Let's see. Keep off them motorbikes, Eduardo. There are songs used to the beaches in daytime, and that's viewpoint in a hill is well worth a hike if you can avoid the sun. Let us know what Colon's like in nighttime. Okay, I'm not really good. That's a place where I don't think I'll be doing much of a nighttime simply because you've got all the nightlife here. I think you go to a place like that to get away from it, to take a break from all of that. We'll see what happens. And been using Thai Friendly since 2018, never had an issue. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Isan Man is here. Nice to hear from you, Isan Man. They always coming out with rules that roll back at them. Bar buses are in cities and towns all over Thailand. And if they stop standing, there ain't going to be enough to get the kids to and from schools. Okay, thanks for that. Gary Smith, any rain? I just saw a little one last week on a live blog. And not being for months, but okay since then. Here in Phnom Penh, we have still had none for months. No, the weather is fantastic. If the weather stays the same as it is now until I leave, then that's fine by me. Englishman in Malta. Let's see, David Coleman. The UK is finished. My relatives living in Liverpool are having a very hard time. I mean, is there ever been a time when people in Liverpool haven't had a hard time? I haven't lived in Liverpool for about 35 years. Don't mess with one. Not even going to go there. Englishman in Malta, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Asda just started a new range in healthy dark rum. Really? Really? Well, I think I'll stick to the Lamb's Navy. Dave the Rave. Hey, Eddie, have you been back to the Tahitian Queen Bar? I was there yesterday, met a lovely lady. Yeah, there are some nice women there. Yeah, Tahitian Queen is cool. Nick Ross. Nick Ross. Try the Redhead festivals in Ireland, Riga, Latvia, also in Breda, Holland, and then try the Blonde festivals in Estonia and Riga. Be great for you, Eddie. Thai scene has been over for 20 years. Oh, good for you. Maybe he's Nick's an expert. Riga, Latvia. I've never been to Latvia. Also in Breda, Holland. Well, I've been to Holland. Yeah, I've been to Holland. So, Nick Ross, Riga is amazing, full of horny redheads for all ages. Well, that sounds bloody amazing, mate. Sounds amazing. Thanks for that info. Nick Ross, sex over 55. Where's your town? Well, that's it. Then I'm out of it. That's me. I'm ready. I'm just about ready for the knackers yard. Nick Ross, Thailand is over, Eddie. Try the Redhead Festival in Ireland. You'll love it. Wonderful. And more rumpy pumpy in your hand. So are you telling me, Nick, that guys go to Ireland for a bit of rumpy pumpy? I mean, because I can think of quite a lot of guys who live in Ireland who go other countries for a bit of rumpy pumpy. So are you sure that that's accurate, Nick? Chris Gowan. Oh, yeah, what's the longest time you've been with a lady there? Hours, days. Well, why don't you try weeks and months and all that kind of stuff? David Coleman, you cannot do or say anything on YouTube now. They are watching. Fortunately, the one good thing is that YouTube are American and they don't always understand some of the words that I use. Countess, after what feels like an eternity, 3 years, we return to Pattaya in a week's time. Needless to say, I'm excited for the fun and adventures ahead. Good for you, mate, anyway. Nick Ross is in Ireland with a redhead with green eyes. Met at the Redhead Festival, and he spent all day in bed with her. Any more details that you'd like to give us, Nick? Let's see. Spent all day in bed with a man who's redhead with green eyes. Met at the Redhead Festival a couple of years back. Just cost taxi fares. Well, what was she? She wasn't the taxi driver by any chance. I mean, you didn't shag the taxi driver, did you? By any chance, Nick? Let's say. So some of the conversation here is getting really good. Gary Smith had a snake bottle shop back in the Tahitian Queen. Two in Pattaya back in the day. All the guys there in American Korean mate of ours saw the bottle and went to throw up in the loo. This is more information than I need. Okay. Yours travels, nice to hear from you. My flights are booked for April and May, buddy. When are you back? Missed your lives. Well, I mean, I'm coming to the end of the 4 month. 4 months. I'm kind of lethargic now. I've got that feeling of done it all now. I mean, like I explained earlier, when you start your travels in somewhere like Pattaya, it's all exciting. But when you end your travels in somewhere like Pattaya, it's like, seen it all before, and it's same old, and whatever. But nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway. Sean Harris, you've been up to the dark side yet? Do you know what? I keep meaning to go to the dark side and do a vlog there. But I was talking to somebody the other day about the dark side, and I said I mean to go to the dark side and check what that's all about. And this person said to me that it's shite. basically don't bother. So I don't know. We'll see what happens anyway. Isan, man, how full or empty are the bars in Pattaya right now? Well, the bars in Pattaya are busy. I mean, you get the impression Walking Street, anywhere from Walking Street to Soy 6 to Soy Bacau, LK Metal, all of that kind of stuff, they all look really, really busy. If you actually look carefully, there probably aren't that many customers around right now, simply because it's coming towards the end of the high season now, and things are sort of tailing off now. But there's probably not that many customers around. But no, it's busy. It's busy. There's tons going on. You can get anything that you want here. Andrew Johnson, nice to hear from you, my friend. How you doing? Been here 10 months now already, Eddie. Love it. I won't go back to England to live there if I can help it. Good for you, mate. Andrew lives in John TM, and he's having a good life. He's having a bloody good life there. So good for him. Good for him. Let's see. Yours Travels, Ireland, €10 a pint now. No thanks. No. I've never been to Ireland. I'd like to go there, but I just never got round to it. €10 a pint. I don't think that's for me. Who's this? I'm not going to pronounce that name. Hi, Eddie. Cutting straight to the chase. There's going to be an opening at a Kampot brothel in Cambodia, where I serve the Lord preaching gospel. I was wondering if you would be interested. I kind of like this. I think that'd be fun, that wouldn't it? A praise the Lord brothel. Well, I went to Kampot, and all the beds there look rough as hell. I mean, they looked. They had that council estate look about them. They looked really, really rough. So I think you need to improve the quality of the girls, first of all. Brian Street, things to look forward to in the UK: politics, bills, weather, World War III, and no tomatoes. No tomatoes. Oh, man, that's terrible. That's terrible, Brian. John Mitchell. Okay, fine. Okay, Martin Ryder. There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and Irish nurses. Okay, fine. Eddie, if you want to reduce alcohol consumption, try alcohol-free beer. It says the edge of it. I can't believe that tastes. I can't believe that tastes any good. Well, I mean, if it's alcohol-free, then what's the point of drinking it? Who's this? Legan. Still think the Kit live stream was the best, but enjoyed all your videos. I even checked Google Maps to see where you were at times. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Yeah, Nick Rossi's shacking a friend's taxi driver. End of the week comes from North Africa, a French North African. He's having his fun. Martin Ryder was down the shooting range last week, and I was talking about flippers. The Salvation Army had an open day. I got really upset when I explained why we call them flippers. Okay, John Mitch, Dark Side is just MILFs. Really? I just never get around. I mean, I'm in Pattaya right now. I can walk to the beach. There's tons of stuff going on here. I still don't really know why I would want to go to the dark side. I mean, what value is it? But some people say go to the dark side. But like I say, somebody else reliably informed me the other day. It's a bit shite, So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if the time is right. Fair enough. HGW. APAC is going on in Pattaya. It's packed. I'm here. Oh, good for you. John Mitch, Northern Ireland, around £3 a pint. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that. It's funny, I've traveled to so many countries. I've never been to Ireland or Scotland. I'd like to visit both of those places, but I just never got around to it. I think when I go traveling, I want to go to sunny weather. I want to go to sunny climates. Northern Ireland, one of these days, we'll see. We'll see. Who's this? Michael Chatty. Hello, Eddie. Good to see you. Looking in top shape. Good, Eddie. I spoke to a Thai friend today, and I'm considering finally making my first trip to Thailand. You should come out here. I mean, it's great. Maybe it's great. I mean, in a way, I'm envious of you. I wish I'd never been out here before, because coming here for the first time is probably very, very magical. It's like seeing a movie for the first time. Unfortunately, I've seen it many, many, many times, so it's probably not the same. Let's see. Bestest man. This is a count. I used to have long ginger hair and visited the castle a couple of times. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Nick Ross, we're into dark territory here. I guess you saw the article about the Cambodian girl that caught and died of bird flu yesterday in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh. That's a bit depressing, that, mate. Let's see. Sean Harris, Ed, in your liaison, have you met more brunettes or do you prefer blondes? Blondes. Oh, I like blondes, but I mean, brunettes probably, probably the darker ones. I would have thought. Yours travels. I worked in Belfast on a 12-week contract. Definitely not for me. Dublin was far friendlier, but just a rip-off. Okay. Stan, have you gone down to Jomtien beaches at Wayford? I've been to Jomtien many times, but I've never actually stayed in Jomtien. I've always stayed in Pattaya, and got a bar bus to Jomtien. But I have a walk around there. I think I quickly get bored in Jomtien, to be honest with you. But it's probably good. It's probably good. But visit it, see what you think anyway. Okay, Nick Ross. Nick Ross, you love the Blonde Festival. Blonde's gone wild in Riga. Oh, sounds nice anyway. Uh, David Coleman, I hear that you can actually swim at Jomtien Beach, but not Pattaya Beach. I haven't swam. I've never ever actually swam in Ireland. I'll tell you what, I was almost tempted today. There's a nice swimming pool on the roof of this hotel, and I really, really, yeah, I was tempted to, I just don't have the time. There's things to do on the internet. By the time I get out of bed, I just haven't got the time to go swim. And also, and this happens in Thailand, my swimming trunks have gone AWOL, and I think when I hand my laundry over to the laundrette, there's always missing. I've lost t-shirts and various other things over the years, so my swimming trunks have gone AWOL. So I still haven't used the swim pool yet. Simon, Scotland is beautiful, especially the West Highlands. Yes, you do good the weather, but the scenery is spectacular. Inverness, Fort William. Well, I've been to the furthest I've been north is the Lake District, and that is absolutely amazing. So I would love to. I would love to do that. let's see. Are you ready for home, Eddie, or could you do a bit longer out there? I think I'm ready for home now. I've done all that I need to do. I've done all that I need to do. So anyway, so Pattaya right now. I'm in Pattaya right now. I've got quite a busy weekend coming up, and there's nights out, and there's probably a lot of drinking and all that kind of stuff. There's still Koh Larn to come, and then I'll be back in Pattaya as well. So listen, this little live stream, Pattaya it's okay. It's a good time to visit right now. The quality of the women is not what it should be. Like somebody mentioned about the go-go bars, they're not. They're not. It's not the Pattaya of old in that way, but it's still recovering from the pandemic and various other things. But it's okay. Pattaya is a good place. Listen, guys. Listen, guys, I'm gonna sign off now. Anyway, thanks for coming along this evening. If you're heading out to Pattaya, and you will still find a really great place. There's still a lot of fun to be had here. So it's not mega busy. It's not quiet. It's somewhere in between, and it's probably a really good time to come out here anyway. So listen, guys, I'm going to sign off now. So I'll be back with more videos quite soon anyway. So thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for the super chats as well, fellas. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you soon anyway. And in the meantime, have a great weekend. Keep safe, keep warm, wherever you are. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.